they are both coming for you. And this time, there's nowhere left to run. Yes, child, you heard me right. I, your guardian angel, have been sent to whisper this warning. But do not be afraid, not yet. For what I speak is not just fear. It is truth, wrapped in mystery. And you must hear it. You must know what is happening before it is too late. They are both coming for you. And they know your name. You may feel something is wrong. You may have sensed it in your dreams, or in the silence between your thoughts. That cold chill when you are alone. That strange shadow you see from the corner of your eye. That sudden feeling that you are being watched. You are not imagining it. Something is truly happening. And I am here to prepare you. You see, this isn't just a story. This is your life. And this is your moment. Two beings are once brothers, now enemies who are on their way. One carries vengeance in his heart. The other wears a crown. And you, dear soul, are at the center of their journey. You may ask, why me? You may feel too ordinary, too weak, too tired. But the truth is, you were chosen long before you were born. There is something in you, something powerful. Something ancient. Something even you have forgotten. But they remember. Oh yes, they remember you. The one with vengeance. He is filled with anger. His wings were torn long ago, and his eyes burn like fire. He was once a protector, now a destroyer. He lost everything and blames you for what was taken. His voice is like thunder, and wherever he walks, storms follow. The one with the crown. He is quiet, gentle, but powerful. He remembers who you were when the stars were young. He carries light, not in his hands, but in his words. He does not force. He waits. And now he walks the path to find you, not to harm you, but to remind you. Both are coming. Both have reasons. One seeks to end you. The other seeks to awaken you. And in the end, you must choose. But before the day comes, you must understand the battle. Not just the one in the sky, but the one inside you. Your heart has known great sorrow. You have cried behind closed doors. You have felt alone, abandoned, forgotten. And the one with vengeance used your pain to whisper lies. Lies that said you are nothing. Lies that told you no one cares. Lies that made you believe you were broken beyond healing. But those were lies. The one with the crown. He was always near. He watched every tear. He heard every silent prayer. He placed signs along your path. But you were too hurt to see them. Too tired to believe. But now, the time has come. You can no longer stay in the middle. You must rise. You must remember who you are. I know it's not easy. I know the world has made you feel small. But child, you carry light in your soul. You carry a fire that even the darkness fears. You must wake up. you must prepare. Because they are both coming for you. The one you loved. And the one you trusted. Yes. One used to be close to your heart. He spoke soft lies, dressed as love. You gave him your trust, and he shattered it. But the other. The one you trusted. He never left. Even when you walked away. Even when you stopped praying. Even when you cursed the sky. He stood beside you. And now, both return. One to break you. The other to rebuild you. You may feel torn. You may not know who to believe. That's why I am here. To remind you of the truth. The real truth. You were made for more. You were never meant to live in fear. You were never meant to carry guilt and shame. You were never meant to walk alone. There is a purpose in your pain. A reason for the tears. A power in your survival. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. Heaven remembers you. And the earth trembles at your awakening. The battle that comes is not just in the sky, so it is not simply thunder and fire, not merely angels clashing with demons in realms unseen. No, it is far more intimate than that, far more dangerous. The true battlefield is within you. It rages in the unseen corners of your soul, in the quiet of your thoughts, in the trembling of your heart, in the countless decisions you make when no one is watching. It is the war between the voice that calls you back into your past, back into shame, into guilt, into fear, and the voice that calls you higher, into light, into freedom, into truth. Every single time you believe the whisper that tells you you're not enough, that your story ends in ruin, that you are broken beyond repair, you feed the darkness. Every time you repeat the same lie to yourself, every time you let the echo of betrayal become your anthem, every time you let fear write your script, you hand over your power. But every time you choose differently, every time you choose love when bitterness feels easier, every time you offer forgiveness when revenge feels right, every time you stand in truth when lies could shield your pain, you release light into the world. And that light doesn't just flicker, it grows. It expands. It stretches into places you thought light could never reach. It breaks into generational strongholds. It spills into other lives. It ignites other hearts. It changes the very atmosphere of what's possible. That is the power you carry, child of heaven. That is the divine flame buried inside your bones. And now is the time to remember. Now is the time to rise. So stand, child. Stand even if your legs tremble beneath the weight of the pain you've carried. Stand, even if your knees shake from the burdens you were never meant to hold. Stand, even if your voice is weak, even if all you can whisper is, "Help me." Stand, because you were made for this moment. You were called for this hour. And the time has come. The one with vengeance is coming. He carries chains not just made of iron, but of shame, of regret, of fear, of lies whispered in the dark. He comes with accusations, reminders of every failure, every secret, every sin. But here, Thesa, you are no longer a prisoner. You have been bought with a price. You have been redeemed. your shackles have been shattered by a love that does not fail. And even now, even as the winds howl and the ground shakes beneath you, another comes, one with a crown, and in his hands are not chains, but keys. Keys to doors you thought would never open. Keys to rooms you locked long ago. Keys to dreams you buried beneath doubt. He comes not to bind you, but to release you. To awaken you. To breathe life into the parts of you that you thought were long dead. He comes to unlock everything that has been trapped inside you. Memories. Dreams. Faith. Courage. Hope. Purpose. Destiny. He comes to awaken the warrior within, the child who once believed in miracles, the soul that still longs to dance in freedom. But he will not force his way in. He knocks gently, waiting for you to choose. Waiting for your yes. This is your moment. This is your call. This is the crossroads your soul has always known would come. Do not hide now. Do not run. Do not sleep. Stay awake. Be still. Listen. They are both coming for you, the one with vengeance and the one with the crown, but only one deserves to stay. And deep down, you already know which one that is. You know it not just in your mind, but in your spirit, in your bones, in the part of you that aches for redemption and wholeness and truth. So breathe, beloved. Just breathe. Close your eyes, not in fear, but in surrender. Listen, not with your ears, but with your soul. Can you hear it? The hum of the crown is soft at first, like a thread of golden light weaving through the chaos, but growing stronger with every heartbeat. It hums with truth, with authority, with the weight of eternity. And it calls your name. It sings your story. It remembers who you are when you forget. It reminds you of what has always been yours but was hidden beneath years of pain. Wake up, beloved. Wake up from the slumber that shame lulled you into. Wake up from the illusions that fear crafted around your life. Wake up from the lies that trauma painted as truth. They are almost here, the deceiver and the redeemer, and this time, you will not fall. This time, you will not be silenced. This time, you will not shatter. This time, you will rise. Because this is not the same battlefield. This is not the same you. The air shifts. It is heavy with the scent of rain-soaked earth and something older, something sacred, something ancient. You stand at the edge of the cliff, heart racing, lungs burning with expectation, the world sprawling beneath you like a tapestry woven from starlight and shadow. The sky above swirls with storm and glory. The wind howls, but it does not frighten you. It carries voices, whispers, echoes of your name from realms beyond sight. Each syllable tugs at your soul, drawing you toward the moment you can no longer postpone. They are coming. The one who hunts your weakness. The one who guards your destiny. And the truth that you buried deep within, the truth you were once too afraid to face, here begins to stir. Restless. Relentless. Ready. You obey the quiet nudge of your guardian, and you close your eyes. You breathe. And in the dark behind your eyelids, you hear it are the hum of the crown. Faint at first, like the heartbeat of a star, but growing. Warm. Steady. Pure. It pushes back the storm within you. It drowns out the thunder. It reminds you of the ancient promise carved into your soul before you were born. This is it. The moment of unveiling. The moment of choosing. The moment when the heavens lean low and watch what you will do. Your heart pounds, not just with fear, but with memory. With the echoes of battles fought in silence. With the tears shed in the night no one saw. With the prayers whispered through cracked lips when you had nothing left to give. The one with vengeance fed on those moments. He grew strong on your silence. He wrapped himself in your grief. He made a throne of your self-hate. His lies slithered into the empty places of your identity and told you that your pain defined you, that your scars were your prophecy. And now he comes, dragging chains soaked in poison, eyes burning with fury, mouth speaking death. You can feel his prison sear hot, heavy, dark. His voice rumbles like a mountain breaking open, inviting you to kneel again, to surrender, to accept the fate of the broken. But you are not the broken anymore. You are not the abandoned child in the corner of your past. You are not the victim of the wound that tried to erase your worth. You are the miracle that survived. You are the song that kept singing when the silence was loudest. You are their warrior that rose from ashes soaked in tears. And though your legs may shake, your spirit stands. And somewhere deep inside, beneath the rubble of what life tried to destroy, a spark still burns. It has never gone out. It waited for this. It waited for now. And the one with the crown steps forward. Not with force, but with presence. Not with demands, but with a calm that shakes the earth. His eyes meet yours, and in them you see everything you forgot about yourself. He speaks, not with a shout, but with a whisper that splits the veil. Choose. That is all he says. And yet it is everything. Choose who will rule your story. Choose which voice you will follow. Choose which future you will birth. His hands hold keys golden, ancient, humming with light. They are not just to open doors, they are to open you. To release the rivers locked behind fear. To stir the wells of purpose buried under shame. To awaken your voice. To restore your sight. To give you back your wings. But he will not force you. He waits. Because love always waits. And the storm pauses with him. And all creation watches. The winds bend. The cliff holds still. Time narrows. And your soul leans forward. This is the moment that echoes into eternity. The moment you will look back on for the rest of your days. The moment your children will inherit. The moment that will ripple through generations. And so you breathe again. You wipe your tears. You feel your heart breaking open, not in pain, but in permission. And you speak. Maybe not loud. Maybe only a whisper. But heaven hears it like thunder. I choose the light. And instantly, the chains begin to crumble. the shadows scream and flee. The crown lifts and shines. The voice of truth sings over you. And the you that you were always meant to be begins to rise from the ashes. Braver. Bolder. Freer. The winds still rage, but they no longer shake you. The battle is not over, but you are no longer unarmed. You wear truth like armor. You walk with keys in your hands. And the one with the crown walks beside you. And this time, child of heaven, you will not fall. The one with the crown approached more softly, his presence a melody rather than a storm. His light did not blind but invited, illuminating the parts of you that had long been hidden. He carried no weapons, only words that reminded you of a time before sorrow, before betrayal, when you danced among the stars and laughed with the freedom of one who knew their worth. He did not demand your allegiance, he offered you a choice. And in his gaze, you saw not judgment but recognition, as if he had always known the person you were meant to be. The cliff beneath your feet trembled, the earth itself caught in the tension of this cosmic convergence. You opened your eyes, and there they were. The one with vengeance stood to your left, his form towering, cloaked in storm clouds, his eyes blazing with the fire of 1,000 betrayals. His wings, once radiant, were now jagged stumps, dripping with the ichor of his fall. He pointed a clawed hand at you, his voice a snarl that shook the heavens. You, he spat, you are the reason I am broken. You stole my light, my purpose, and now you will pay. His chains rattled, each link forged from the pain you had carried, the guilt you had shouldered, the mistakes you had never forgiven yourself for. They slithered toward you, cold and heavy, promising to bind you forever to the darkness. To your right stood the one with the crown, his form luminous yet unassuming, his eyes pools of infinite calm. The crown he wore was not of gold or jewels but of light, woven from the promises of hope, forgiveness, and truth. He did not speak at first, only watched you with a gentleness that pierced deeper than any sword. When he finally spoke, his voice was a whisper that carried the weight of eternity. You are not what he says you are, he said. You never were. You are a child of heaven, a bearer of light, a soul crafted for love and purpose. The pain you have known does not define you. It has only prepared you for this moment. The choice was yours, but it was not simple. The one with vengeance offered familiarity, a twisted comfort in the chains you had worn for so long. To choose him was to embrace the lie that you were broken, to let the darkness consume what little light remained. The one with the crown offered freedom, but it came at a cost of courage, of trust, of letting go of the pain that had become your shield. You stood between them, torn, your heart a battlefield where fear and hope waged their final war. Memories flooded you, unbidden, each one a piece of the puzzle you had forgotten. You saw yourself as a child, laughing under a sky painted with dawn, your heart unburdened by the weight of the world. You saw the moments of betrayal, the hands that had pushed you away, the voices that had called you worthless. You saw the quiet acts of kindness you had offered others, the times you had risen despite your pain, the strength you had not known you possessed. And you saw the signs of the ones the crowned one had left for you. The stranger who smiled when you needed it most. The dream that gave you hope. the song that played when you thought you could not go on. He had been there, always, waiting for you to see. The one with vengeance roared, his chains lunging forward, but you stepped back, your feet finding solid ground. "No," you said, your voice small at first but growing stronger. "You do not own me. Your lies are not my truth." The chains hesitated, trembling as if they sensed the shift within you. His eyes widened, his fury faltering, and for a moment, you saw not a monster but a broken being, consumed by his own pain. You pitied him, but you did not belong to him. You turned to the one with the crown, and the hum of his light filled you, warm and steady. "I don't know if I'm ready," you admitted, your voice shaking. "I don't know if I'm enough." He smiled, and in that smile, you saw every tear you had shed, every wound you had carried, every moment you had chosen to keep going. "You have always been enough," he said. You only needed to believe it. You took a step toward him, and the world seemed to hold its breath. The chains of the vengeful one fell to the ground, dissolving into ash, his roars fading into the wind. The light of the crown grew brighter, enveloping you, and with it came a flood of memories, not of pain, but of purpose. You remembered who you were, a soul forged in love, a light meant to shine, a warrior meant to stand. The pain had not broken you, it had shaped you, carving out space for the courage you now felt rising within. "I choose you," you said to the one with the crown, and the words were a vow, a declaration, a rebirth. The light surged, and you felt it, your true self, awakening. The dreams you had buried, the faith you had lost, the courage you had doubted, all of it returned, stronger than ever. The one with the crown placed a hand on your shoulder, and his touch was not a chain but a key, unlocking the parts of you that had been trapped for too long. The cliff was no longer a place of fear but a vantage point, a place to see the world anew. The one with vengeance was gone, his storms scattered, his lies silenced. The one with the crown remained, but he did not stay to rule you. "This is your journey now," he said. You know who you are. You know what you carry. Go, and let your light shine. You nodded, child, a broken bar, and in that quiet motion, something ancient awakened. Tears streamed down your face, not of sorrow, but of joy. Of relief, because the weight you had carried for so long had finally lifted. Of purpose, because deep inside, your soul remembered who you are. The world below stretched wide before you, vast, full of shadows and light, of heartbreak and hope. It was not perfect. It was not easy. But it was yours to walk. And this time, you would walk it differently. Not as the one who was broken, but as the one who was rebuilt. Not as the one who was chased by fear, but as the one who is followed by grace. Not as a victim of your past, but as a bearer of light, a living testimony of heaven's love. You are not who you used to be. You are not your pain. You are not the mistakes or the betrayals. You are awakened. You are chosen. You are crowned. The hum of the crown still lingers in your heart, doesn't it? It's not heavy, it's holy. It is a reminder that you are never alone. That even when you fell, even when you doubted, even when you wept in silence, a broken bar, heaven saw you. And heaven never stopped fighting for you. You didn't just survive. You transformed. You rose. You chose love again. You chose light again. And in that choice, you became. You stepped forward, and not running, not hiding, not trembling. You stepped forward with courage, with heaven's breath in your lungs, with the fire of truth burning in your chest. The wind carried your name across eternity, but now, it was no longer a warning. It was a song. A beautiful melody that said, "This one rose from the ashes. This one chose light over darkness. This one is mine." Yes, they came for you. The one you love, Ida, whose touch once felt like safety. The one you trusted, who held the blade behind your back. The one who tried to break you, and the one who helped to rebuild you. They all came. But you had to choose. And oh, beloved, you chose well. You chose forgiveness, not revenge. You chose healing, not hiding. You chose truth, even when it hurt. You chose you. And in doing so you chose heaven's plan. You are no longer the same soul that once whispered, "Why me?" Now you rise and whisper, "Thank you." The battle that once roared like thunder behind your eyes, it is over. But the journey is only beginning. And this time, a broken bar, you will not fall. You will not run. You will soar. You will rise above the noise. You will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere. You will look into the eyes of others and remind them who they are, just by being who you are. Because you carry the mark of heaven. You carry divine purpose in your breath. So step, child. One foot in front of the other. Let the world feel your light. Let your story speak for those still trapped in silence. Let your heart beat for love again. And remember, the ones who come for you now will not find you in pieces. They will find you in power. They will find you whole. For you have become more than anyone expected, a child of light. A warrior of grace. A living miracle. And the journey ahead? It is bright. It is blessed. And you, beloved, a broken bar, you were born to soar.